So today we're going to get into Wake Up Conscience 2. So I did a Wake Up Conscience before. It's on YouTube. And that Wake Up Conscience video, I explained what it looked like when you're waking up and you're in your natural element of what we normally do. But when you're trying to wake up in a different form of consciousness, you want renewed habits. You have to wake up different. So today I want to get into, here's my dry erase board. I have my nice little setup, my candles, my sage. Got me some tea this morning because normally when it's great rising, normally I don't drink tea in the morning, but I'm trying to get in the habit of being intentional about what I want to do, what I need to do. This paper here is when I went to see my spiritual advisor, I wrote down everything that I was supposed to do starting Monday. But I want to help people as I receive the help as well. These are things that I've done before, so that's the funny part is sometimes you need that person or you need that guidance. Everyone needs a mentor. You need that guidance to keep you on track for you. So pretty much that's what this is. So I wanted you guys to, I wanted to share this with you all. I am going to make this into a YouTube video. I did like the fact that I was able to save my video, and then I can make a YouTube video with it. So I don't necessarily have to not go live per se, because I was getting a little, discouraged about that. I want to go live, and I want people to be able to feel me, see me, ask me questions in that moment. Sometimes it's nothing like that moment. And most people are home with their family. So, I want to go ahead and write down what it looks like when you're trying to plan for a better life, when you're trying to create good habits. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Does anyone have a problem with cursive? Because I love writing cursive. I need to come around and see the phone and see this. Let me see. Does anybody have a problem with cursive? Yes, no, maybe so. No, okay. Well, I write in cursive. Maybe I'll try to do print for you guys. I hate writing. So let's get into the no meat. Oh, I like meat, but I will tell you, when I had meat, when you eat from a dead carcass, not the seed, but when you eat from a dead carcass, it can alter your way of thinking. It can, but if you're grounded, it's a chance you won't be affected. That's the real deal. Because I won't be able to do meat the first week, but the second week I can do seafood. That's fish. That's from the ocean, forever flowing life. Follow me? When we do nothing from an animal, no dairy either. Diet. Your diet matters. It matters. Your diet matters. People think that you can get mental clarity without changing your diet. Not true. If you have any underlying issues, you will not be able to do this easily if you don't change your diet. Your diet matters. Your diet, if you eat sugar alters your way of thinking tremendously. It actually decreases your serotonin levels. So serotonin is 80% gut. So my first week, I'm going to do, it was from 4 to, what was that, 11. So that's January 1. I put 1 for January. I'm not used to writing for people. I like writing in cursive, so this is a sacrifice for me that I wanted to make for you guys. I can't see your comments, so I had to turn the camera around so you're able to see the words. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do that, though. If I turn my phone around, I have it to where I can't see you. Or see who's watching. Which kind of defeats the purpose of it? Hold on. Let me see something. 1 second. Let me see. Check you out. Talking about you can't, it's hard to focus. Come on now. Come on now. Let's see something. Let me see if we can still see it the same way. Is that flipped around? Can you see it good or no? Can y'all tell me if you can see that good? Is it showing the way it's supposed to show? I need to flip the camera back around. Someone answer me so I can continue. Can you see the words the way it's supposed to be? Diet, no meat. Or is it flipped around correctly? Or do I need to turn the camera back around? I feel like it's almost like sharing on. Okay, thank you. That's all I needed. Thank you. Okay. Let me see if I can bring this camera up because he over here playing, talking about he can't concentrate. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really like clothes, to be real with you. I hate clothes. I like to be comfortable. I need you to focus. See, that's another problem that we have. We have to look at our women as goddesses, not as a less piece. I'm not going to find myself to discuss that much because I just feel like it's kind of like known. If you have a daughter, you understand. I like to be comfortable. You know, I don't want to put on a bunch of clothes or anything like that. I just woke up. If you can't tell, I just woke up. So I'm definitely, I'm sacrificing right now. I don't want to put on a full outfit or anything. So let's keep on going. January 4th through the 11th, no dairy, no meat. January 11th through the 18th. 18. Okay. 1/11, 1/18. I'm not gonna put January on there. We're gonna do no food from an animal besides seafood. Seafood, no red meat. Does anyone have I can't even ask you guys any questions because I can't see, so I'm just gonna keep on flowing. I'll look at the questions after the fact. January 18th. I'm gonna put 18 through. This is all January. 18 through I think it's the 25th. Yeah, the 25th. It says white meat only. I'm unsure if I'm gonna do that or not. Like chicken, turkey. The point of fasting from certain things is to remove the human mind and help you understand that it's kind of like you have to make a sacrifice, and it's to help you understand that you can remove bad habits, even as hard as it can be. And getting those things out of your body really helps with mental clarity. I can't stress that to you guys enough. I'm gonna put a line right here because I'm gonna go over there and explain to you about the. Oh, my print is hideous. I hope you guys see this good. I'm gonna show you my cursive. So you understand what I mean. Alright, I'm gonna get into the kind of room with you guys and why this food thing matters. Okay, the 25th through February 1st. We have so back to normal. But still you want to keep your mindfulness tactics going. If you can fast, not eat until 12 o'clock, look up the normal body's biology clock of when you're supposed to be really eating. It's not really until 12, and I'm going like this because it's different times around the world. So, you know. So, during the whole duration, this is where it gets hard. Meditation. At least once. It's not so bad, but you'll be surprised how hard it is to sit still for 30 minutes. Okay. I really don't. This is the cute part. I really don't have. This part right here was given to me by my spiritual advisor. She also gave me what I'm about to give you here. Not so much it was here. What's about to go there, but here I already know these things. But again, like I stated earlier, we all need a mentor. Now, this is something that I haven't done. I'm not gonna lie to you. Prayer. When I hear prayer, all I hear is, when I hear prayer, I hear begging. And that's completely against the laws of the universe. When you are implying that something is not current, you are speaking life into it not being current. When you speak life into, when you say, it's like writing an affirmation. When you say, I want more money, versus I have all the money in the world and everything that I love is attracted to me. You're speaking life into it. You're believing it. If you don't believe it, you can't convince the next person. This is something that I have not done because I did not unlearn the bias of prayers about religion. Prayer is not about religion. Prayer is not about religion. Prayer is not about religion. And I'm saying that because I had to say that for myself 3 times before I said it to you, honestly. Because that's something that I have to submit to. That's not something I like. I am an alpha female. So I don't like to submit to something that makes me beg for. That's a bad thing though. So that's something that I'm getting used to as well. So I'm taking accountability, prayer. But this prayer is gratefulness. It's not asking for anything. So gratitude. Gratitude. You're praying in gratitude. You're thankful. You are abundant. You're speaking life into yourself through prayer. I am abundant. I am grateful for what I have. Thank you to the Most High and the Most High that runs through the veins of my body for allowing this moment to be possible for me to be here with you guys and with you this event. Follow me. Prayer, do not pray that you don't have something. Prayer is for gratitude, being grateful, paying attention to the moment, to have thanks for everything that you have, so that you create more. That also goes to you being able to receive in return as well. You know, some people that don't like to ask for help when they need it. There's some people that don't like to tell you when they need something, emotionally, physically, just friend, family, boyfriend, wife, husband, sometimes children. They don't tell you, and we need to be able to properly communicate. Sometimes it's hard. So let's keep on going. I don't want to go get off track because I will get off track. That's something I'm learning how to do. So stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused. No cursing. Listen. The struggle is real. That's how you pay attention to your life. This is how you pay attention to your life. Fasting, this is the sacrifice. When they say sacrifice something, we're not talking about sacrificing blood. We're not talking about sacrificing and killing animals. We're not talking about the voodoo news, okay? That stuff is real. But the sacrifices you make in order to get where you need to go starts with removing stuff from your diet that does not serve you, eating from the earth. Okay? Meditation, 30 minutes a day. Prayer and gratitude. Gratitude. Do not pray as though you need something. No cursing. I like my way of expression, but let me tell you why that's not good. I try to make excuses for it, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna be real. I try to make excuses for being comfortable. The ego wants to be comfortable. The ego likes all this stuff. The ego likes you to curse because it's a quick way of expression. It's a way of expression. I mean, heck, I've even got my oldest child saying, there's nothing wrong with cursing. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, it's just a way of expression. Teaching them early how to put pacifiers on the ego when it's not good for you. No. But the good thing is, I'm standing here in full accountability, and I'm willing to go and correct that wrong. That's a tough one for me to let go. My grandma used to curse a lot. I like it. But why do I like cursing? See, you gotta break those things down. Sometimes people don't want to break stuff down because the accountability is right there when you peel that onion piece. So you peel those layers of that onion, and the layer of an onion is just like a tree of life. Interesting too. The layers of the onion, once you peel that back, accountability is still sitting there. No matter what you bring to your life, no matter what is included, you still have to make a decision that's good for you. Cursing is not good because it makes you not think about what you're feeling. It's just like saying the word okay. I actually have sticky notes in my home. That's why I have some here to show you that those are things that you definitely need sticky notes. Write you something out, give you guys some examples of what you can write. Just to remind you to give you an example of something to write to put on your window, on your mirrors, in your bathroom, in your room, in your home, somewhere where you get up every day. That's why I have a dry erase board up there, it's right there, or in my room. No cursing is good because it makes you, and I'm gonna put no, say, okay. Those are blank words. Cursing is a blank way of expression. Okay is a pacifier. Okay, is it really okay when you say okay? What is the underlying feeling and emotion under that okay? What did you even think about it? It's called empty words. It's like someone saying something to you and don't back it up with action. Okay is like, well, what is okay? No, it's not okay. It's not okay. We're not going to say it's okay. So instead of okay, we can say, I hear you. Oh, that spells it wrong. That's not the right word. For some reason. I hear you. I feel that. I see that. So be it. It's another one I can't think of it right now. What do you think this does? Instead of saying okay, no saying okay, no cursing. That means you want to be intentional with your doing and pay attention to it. If I'm not a walking example of what that looks like when you're done, I would fly off the handle so quick. I could be at the drive-thru, McDonald's, you get my food wrong. More now, I've learned to, you know what I'm saying? I'm laughing because I know me and I know the underlying rage. Mama said, this wasn't right. Is it possible we can do this, this, and this? Now, after attempting to do that, cursing, saying okay, all those things, they make you not think about what you're feeling. So it's easy for me to go off rather than to dial back for a second because I'm so used to being on the defense, like I have to worry about something, I have to do something. When I do breathe and I take a moment, it's still only a matter of reactions that I still might go off. And it's funny because it's not funny, but it's funny in the sense that I'm being accountable in front of the world to help, but I'm laughing because I know me too. And it takes work. So I've fallen short on doing the things I need to do. But I'm happy to say it wasn't because I didn't want to or I wasn't working hard on it. It was really because it was a negative entity attached to my life. And I didn't know. And it happened before I was born. So I'm happy to still take accountability because I still want to take work for me to come out of it. Because some of these things I knew I was doing that was not right. And I made excuses for it, just like the normal person does that want to stay comfortable in anything. So when I say the reason why I say it's only a matter of reactions from the other side before I snap, cursing, saying okay, what that does is it puts barriers and deep-rooted emotions that you just kind of push to the side. And it's called, before you get to the level of anxiety, anxiety comes from ignoring stress, not managing your stress. So if you're not managing your stress, then you're ignoring it. So you put things in place to stop you from being accountable and stop you from having to deal with that emotion specifically. It comes out in the outburst and it just gets further pushed down, further pushed down. So that's why it's going to take work and consistency for me to come completely out of the comfort zone of person saying, okay, now think about my actions. Let me sip some tea on that for a second. Because there's some major accomplishments being made, and I'm excited about this. So, hey, I can see your pressure again. But you come around here and see what we got going on. I'm over here looking. Okay. All right, I'm coming back. Oh, let me see. I can see what you guys see now. Let's back it up a little bit. There we go. Okay. Okay. Um, I had to sip some tea on this because there's some major accomplishments being made around me, for me, with me, and whoever I share my content with. I did read some of the comments. Meditation does take practice. It's hard. And most people give up on it. And they say it doesn't work. Well, I'm glad I brought that up. When I say no person, and when you're paying attention to your life, if it took you years without knowing how you were suppressing your feelings, however that is, some people do it through drinking, some people do it through sex, some people do it through all kinds of stuff. So it's called binges. There's different ways to have that. But no person saying okay makes it really hard to meditate. Even I found it hard in the past. It's not hard so much for me now. I can block stuff out actually. And I like the comment that I saw. I can't read the person's name. They said prayer should only be for gratification. That's absolutely correct. Never praise over. I want to go into the anxiety. This creates anxiety. Ignoring this causes anxiety. Okay? Those are just two examples that's two examples that I can give you all that may resonate with where you are and what you can relate to. There's other things that I dare not to get deeply into just so I won't lose you. But no cursing, no saying okay, not meditating, praying as though you need something. Oh please, Lord, this and that. All you're doing is amplifying the fact that you're in need. So you don't want to do that. Through our body, we have electricity going through our body. That's why they use the machine to shock you to bring us back to life if something happens. We have electricity going through our body, which means our thoughts have electricity firing off. Imagine your thoughts. Even me, I'm not telling you guys this because I mastered it. I'm telling you because I have practiced it and I know the benefit. Although I have fallen short. But the firing off of the thoughts, imagine each thought that come out of your mind, if it was firing off into the universe just so it would bounce back to you, what type of life do you think you're creating for yourself? And ignoring these things causes anxiety because you're ignoring your feelings. So you're teaching your body how to suppress anger, emotion, true feeling and meaning within yourself. When that happens, I realize how much I talk about things sometimes. That can cause anxiety as well. So anxiety is your body's response to ignored unmanaged stress. If it took you years to start feeling anxiety and not know where it came from, how much time do you think it's going to take for you to work on stuff like this before it starts working? Look into how long they say it takes to make a habit and break a habit. We've been doing it for years, suppressing our feelings, being told to be quiet because our parents are parenting us from the ego. I don't want to stay too long on one thing. I want to give you all a lot of information about it. I want to give you all some information on each topic so that you do your own research for what I'm giving you. praying, this is something I don't do. I need to work on this. Before putting, I'm trying to keep my butt out the camera, please. What someone said, I'm joking, but not joking. Praying before putting anything. In your body. Let me post that real quick. I already needed in this, okay? I'm not a print writer, I'm a person writer. I'll cheers. You know why I didn't pray before I put something in my body? I'm not gonna lie, I felt guilty too. And if I must hold accountability to the max, I didn't pray before I started this. In my defense, I don't start till Monday, okay? For real though. You see the date? January 4th? Don't play with me. So, no, but seriously. I'm laughing at myself because I know so much and I've fallen short on so much, but I know why. So I'm not gonna beat myself up. I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave it alone. Praying before putting anything in your body. You want to be thankful for what you have, thankful for what it's doing for you, thankful for where it came from. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was something as simple as a simple gesture, like when I'm at work sometimes and I go to the ladies' room. It's started in another building. It gives me chills thinking about it because it's a direct connection to being grateful. So whenever someone's done in the bathroom, I will always see paper towels hanging out. So that means someone pushed the day down, make the paper towels come out for the next person so they didn't have to do that. And I started doing it. I started making an intention to do that. Even in the gentleman's room, it's not a feminine gesture because you're thinking about the next person. And you care about how they need to see something. It's not a bad thing. In fact, we all have masculine and feminine running through us. So men being in touch with your feminine energy and having a caring and nurturing gesture, that's why you have daughters, stuff like that, so that you do have to learn how to love a woman. That's why the Bible says, I don't read the Bible much. I know it has some truth, but it also has some things in it that it means something else. But for a man to love a woman, because man loving a woman, it's hard for a man to love, and a woman to respect a man because it's hard for her to respect. So I went into that because it's things about us that holds resistance in society makes it worse. So women don't feel the need to respect a man, and a man don't feel the need to learn how to love a woman. Women learning how to respect a man, and men learning how to love a man. And I made that analogy because it's something you can relate to. So what I'm saying is, when it comes to embracing a nice gesture of men, and I'm not saying ladies too, because you're catty and you're like, I know you're not for the next person. That's not good. And that's a part of not having gratitude and not appreciating the next person and what they can bring and wanting to see the other person up and better. And being grateful for what you have. So when I walked in the bathroom and I didn't have to pull paper towels now, the only thing I could think of was being grateful and how I dry my hands and say, hey, matter of fact, I'm going to do one over. I'm going to pull this one down, and I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to pull the next one down. So when two ladies come in the bathroom, they can see that it's available paper towels and they don't have to touch the door. I'm going to touch the handle. Wine is okay. But no drinking. I saw somebody say something about sweets. You're absolutely correct. No sweets. Wine is okay. One serving of wine. Not a big, huge glass of wine. Not more than 1 cup of wine. Wine, okay. One serving. If you don't know what 1 serving of wine is, look it up. Think about the time you went to your favorite restaurant and girl or dude got some wine and they gave you like that much in a cold glass that it might not be. So look up the ounces. Okay, so let me come over and see if I have any questions to answer. No questions to answer. All right, cool. I don't have no questions to answer. So, I'm going to continue to go. If you have the ability to screenshot what you see right here, please screenshot it. Please screenshot it. I'm going to be posting a video, a promotional, kind of motivate. I like motivational videos. I posted a motivational video last night from my new setting I have. I have a nice little pole. I know everybody's like, oh, you got a pole? Please don't think negative. That's really for strength, upper body strength. Bless you, Amir. You're welcome. That's for upper body strength. And having another way to use my flexibility, because I have a yoga trapeze literally mounted outside on my porch, but it couldn't come in the house like it was in my other place. So I needed something I can kind of pull up in. In the past, I hadn't used the things that I have, but I feel like there's motivation there. I looked up some pretty cool things, and I am a yoga teacher, so I do kind of know, do stuff too. But I want to go back here, where I hear you, I feel that, I see that, so be it. The reason why you're saying that is to identify what you're feeling, what you're thinking. And that's important because you don't want to give blank answers. That's you ignoring your feelings. That's you ignoring what you really feel. That's you ignoring what the other person really feels. Because you're saying, okay, look, when you curse, it's like, I don't really care how that comes off. You're not paying attention to what you're delivering, which means the way you feel is more important than the other person receiving the message. Or even for yourself, embracing whatever the moment is. You don't want to ignore the moment and curse words and something, okay? Which is the keyword for the expression. Good gracious. So the pineal gland. The pineal gland, let me get this paper real quick. Then y'all can understand a little bit more. I'm coming back. Let me get my paper. Somebody told me to speak up too. I don't know if that was earlier or what, but I'm getting my paper that I use. I'm giving y'all some good stuff today. This is the paper that I use. Let me see. I'm going to bring you over there real quick. This is the paper that I use when I'm teaching my people. So when I taught my mental health class for the military, I showed them this paper, and I like to break the connection between me and my audience and make it relatable. So do you all see anything in here? Do you see anything right here? Okay, so right here, if you've ever seen the Eye of Ra, some of you may have it tattoo on you, have seen it somewhere. The Eye of Ra is right in here. That's your pineal gland. That's the limbic system. Okay? That's the limbic system. The limbic system is where the ego lives. This is the pituitary gland right here. That's your pineal gland. That's the third eye. Okay? That's the third eye. That's called a pituitary gland. It's another word for pineal gland, which is right above the picture. Okay? So the pituitary gland can be calcified by the foods that we eat, i.e. what I have over here. Okay? Calcifying your pineal gland is very, 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 very bad. One of the number one poisonous to the pineal gland is, I'm trying to make it so that you guys can see it. One of the number one poisonous to the pineal gland is fluoride, mercury. They don't use the mercury for your teeth anymore. So this is the pineal gland right here. This is the limbic system. Okay? The limbic system is where the ego lives. The ego lives up in here. So a child's brain takes 25 years. Let me see. Can you see this? 25 years. To train your brain to go to the thoughtful part of the brain, which is the prefrontal cortex. The pituitary gland, the limbic system is right here. The thoughts have to go through the ego. It takes 25 years for it to go to the prefrontal cortex, the thoughtful part of the brain. Otherwise, where the mind stays at is in the ego, protection. Everybody's against me. Everybody's against me. pretty much it's like, how can I put this? Okay, so when something happens, you have that's living in here, going through the limbic system. It has to come straight through here. So when you're feeling something, you got your emotions in your bottom gut. It comes straight up through to the pineal gland. And in there is protection. Something happens, SNS takes over. Adrenaline builds. Perception of others is a threat. Reaction based on implicit memories. Reaction based on implicit memories. Look at the baby with the eyes closed. Reinforce negative patterns and habits. So when something happens, you're reinforcing negative habits because that's all you know. You feel terrible. Treating others poorly. Damage relationships. Feel less safe, secure, loved, and protected. Need to protect yourself. Mind scanning for threats. That's what comes from here through experiences. That is where everybody pretty much lives here unless you're taught otherwise, which is why I'm a yoga teacher for kids and not adults. I like to deal with adults from the mental standpoint and from the heart, because from the mental standpoint and the heart, I can connect with you first. Then we can come here. Because if we in there doing yoga, you don't understand that we're doing yoga to get our body in alignment with the universe and to be one with ourselves and to pay attention to our body, then it's almost like, what are we doing here? I don't like yoga. Just like meditation. It's the same thing. Meditation. It's the same concept in meditation. When you're meditating, you're pretty much not able to break through and get to the next level so that you can benefit from the fruits of your labor, because you're not doing it correctly, or you're not enforcing the things that you need to help you, like your diet. If you're eating jacked up, you want to watch the next episode on such and such, and you want to go hurry up and look at Instagram, you're not thinking about, oh, you want to go have sex, for goodness sake. You're not thinking about, you need 30 minutes. Nothing else is more important than that 30 minutes. Even myself. I'm saying this with enthusiasm because I've been there, I'm there, I've seen the benefits of it, and I've also realized why I have not had that breakthrough this coming. So the thoughtful part of the brain, let me bring you back to that. I want you guys to see my face real quick. So 25 years to train the brain to go to the prefrontal cortex. The prefrontal cortex, when something happens, pause, prefrontal cortex right here. That's the thoughtful part of the brain. Ego, limbic system. This pineal gland, limbic system is where it lives. Ego. You got a big ego. Guess what? You gotta dispose that bad boy, because it ain't no good. Something happens. You pause. Not here. You've already trained your brain to go here first. Otherwise, you know everybody is working here first, right? Everybody. Unless you've been practicing how to go here first, which is something I always tell my love that he does so well, is that he pauses and he thinks for a minute. And I told him that was a gift. So, pause, consider the context, activate PMS with your breath, gain perspective, notice your feelings, consider the feelings of others. Man, can I tell you how much I don't pause to notice my feelings so that I can be accurate when I open my mouth? Consider the feelings of others. I mean, it's not like I don't know this stuff. This is me going back. This is actually the anatomy. This paper right here that I'm reading off of, that is paper. This paper is this is a ripped out piece of my book from my yoga training for children, learning the anatomy of the child and the body, which works for adults as well, and tell you how far behind you are, which is not really fun once you realize it. But anyway, considering the feelings of others, see the big picture, think about consequences of different options. Act after that. Feel competent and confident. Show compassion and empathy. All of that lives here. Secure relationships. Feel safe, loved, and protected. That's what that looks like when you are actually doing the work. Woo! There's a benefit there. And a breakthrough. My. I'm excited about this stuff, y'all. Do you know how exciting it is for me to share this information with you all? I'm really excited for this. Let me see what you all can see so I can make sure it's in the right spot. Yay, it's in the right spot. Okay. So, Now that you've seen this up close, I hope you were able to take a screenshot of that, rewind the video, and take a screenshot. Whew. This is what it looks like when you want to change your life. If you think you're going to read on somebody's page and read the most recent thing or this or that to do, and it's just going to happen, no bueno. You have to plan it. How long did it take for you to get to the point where you were cursing, not expressing your feelings properly? If you notice, you might notice I stop and breathe for a second. When you're talking, you're not breathing. Let me get a chair so I can sit my little stuff down. Hi, Ian. How you doing? If you want to watch anything, first you need to brush your teeth and everything, and then you need to brush your teeth and eat some breakfast and then do it in the room because I don't want you in the living room right now while I'm doing this. Huh? I'm not talking right now, I'm live. I've already said it. You heard what I said, right? Okay. So, where was I at? Oh, breathing. So, when you're talking, you're not breathing. When your mind is running rapidly, you're not breathing. That's how anxiety gets into you. I feel so safe and secure where I am right now because I'm being intentional about everything that I do. And I'm thinking about the benefits and the greatness that comes from consistency. It took me a long time to get to a point where I was actually experiencing anxiety. And if you watch my belly while I'm sitting here talking to you all, if you can see it, I think you can see it. If you watch my belly, you'll be able to tell if I'm breathing. If I go a long time without breathing, that's me not practicing what I preach and not being intentional with what I do. So, if you notice, I'm more calmer when I'm breathing. I'm always so excited. Those box are kind of, I put some box on here. It's not like real nasty, but no quiet. Lucky I didn't put no black seed on it. I need to pill. It's so disgusting, but it's so good for me. I'm going to take some bitters today, some bitter crystals. But I want to go back into the pineal gland and Amir, can you close my door, please? Close my door, please. The pineal gland is calcified by the things that we eat, the pollution in the world, and for lack of better words, the lack of knowledge and knowing how to care for it and knowing that it even exists. If you have a highly sweet diet, you eat a lot of red meat, you're not being intentional about what you're doing, you will find yourself in a world of confusion for the most part, clouded judgments, not really understanding your feelings, easily falling into autopilot. I've done videos on autopilot. And I believe I spoke on that in my Wake Up Conscious video on YouTube. This is the Wake Up Conscious 2. What it actually looks like to wake up conscious. I mean, I spoke on it briefly, but it looks like you are going on a journey within yourself to learn about yourself. So if I were you, I would continue to do this fast with me. Or you can just copy it and do it yourself. Set a date and you want to start. Start getting your ass like that. Pineal gland. I keep pointing to the pineal gland because That was my best friend when I started my awakening back in 2016. I've been gifted, but there was something blocking that. And lack of understanding was not an option for me. I started looking for answers early. I was 16, and that had been my last time attending Sims Church because I was about to move into my first apartment right after high school. And I said, this is not what I want for my life. I don't want to be like, I think I was in my first apartment and I called the church that I was going to, it's like a non-denomination church, and I asked them for help for my rent. And they're like, oh, you're not faithful to your tithe, so like you can't. What? Yeah, my exact thoughts. I was looking for answers at an early age, is why I'm telling you this. I was looking for answers at an early age. If it didn't make sense, I'm questioning it, which is why I question things now, aside from me being my rising being a Virgo, which means I pay attention to so many details I could drive someone nuts. But the more I stay in the prefrontal cortex and not in the limbic system, the more I practice what I know, the more I will avoid having unnecessary conversations and feeling things that I would not feel if I wasn't so stuck in my head. I'm also a Gemini. That's an air sign. Air signs are always in your head. If I were you, I would get a hold of some astrology. So this is separate. We can stop talking about this unless you guys have some questions. Let's see. Anybody got any questions? No questions? Anybody got any questions? Oh, you guys couldn't even see me something like that. I gotta see what y'all saw, because I couldn't. Okay. So, when you're trying to change your life, it is different. I bet you guys can see me, I'm sorry. So, yeah. I'm trying to see if anybody has any questions as well. So, we can go back over this. I was pretty much done talking about it, but the meditation, the prayer and gratitude, no cursing, no saying okay. Instead, you say, I hear you, I feel that, I feel that, so be it. Ignoring these things can create a lot of anxiety because you're not thinking about your feelings. Prayer before putting anything in your body is showing gratitude and nice gesture. Look up the universal laws. Let me add that to here. Universal laws. I think what I'll do is I'll post a link. I think I have the universal laws. Give me a second. I think I have a list of them. As if I don't know them. I know them, but not offhand the way I should know them. Which is something that I'm practicing and working on. I need that universal law. Where is my list of universal laws? Where is it? I know I have it. Come on. We've got a bunch of these pictures, so I'll have to pass it out to show the brain. Well, it's okay. I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up for you guys, and I'll post the link in the comments. yes, it's definitely people we surround ourselves with. And you're absolutely correct about that. So, where was I at? The universal laws. I really want to show you guys that the laws of the universe is pretty dope. It's actually something that I've used. Shout out to these locks doing whatever they want to do. At first, I was like, I want to keep them neat. But now I'm like embracing them, kind of doing their own thing. Hey, Brittany. Yeah. So, it's a lot to learn. It's a lot of information. It's not something you get through in one day. Don't beat yourself up. I'm looking at, do you have YouTube? Yay, I have a YouTube channel. I would love for you guys to subscribe to that. I have a, it's called The Goddess Etasha. I actually put the link, the link is in my bio, and the link is on my other posts. What I'll do is I'll put it in the comments. I don't think this is going to let me do it here. I would have to copy it. I don't know if it'll in my video or not, so I'm going to wait, and I'll send it to you. But it's The Goddess Etasha. So, you all have an amazing day. I think I'm going to go ahead and close out. I got the message from the universe to just go ahead and close out now. So I'm going to go ahead and close out. You all have an amazing day on purpose. Love, light, and wholeness to you all.